Why do people think it's not safe to live in America?
It's freaking midnight and I'm completely safe.
The USA is so much safer than the media and the internet makes it out to be.
I feel so much more safe here.
The one thing I love about New York is that there are no phone snatchers.
I genuinely feel safer walking these streets in Florida than I ever did in Montreal.
One thing that separates London and New York for me, in my opinion, is the fact that I could use my phone on the mains.
Do I feel safe living in America? Let's talk about it.
Like, I've been living there for about 7 months now, and I'm from the UK. And I'll be real, I don't get into anything with anyone.
In London, my phone is always in my pocket.
For years, the world was told the same story about America. Dangerous, violent, a place where you watch your back every single minute. And then real people from all over the world, a majority of them from Europe, actually came and stood on American streets and felt something nobody prepared them for. Something that directly contradicted every headline they had ever read. This video is what they found. And by the time it ends, every American watching is going to see their country through eyes that have been somewhere else. The media had done its job well. Before they came, they believed it. Every single one of them. Watch this.
Americans, tell me if I'm lying, but from what I've seen, the USA is so much safer than the media and the internet makes it out to be. Tell me I'm wrong.
Hey, listen, I have a really unpopular opinion about the United States as European, and this is why. I think it is super safe. People think that they're having everywhere, they're having robberies everywhere, but in fact, that's not the truth. In my case, I'm talking about the state Utah specifically. I've been living here for the last 3 months, and I have noticed this. People leave their car always unlocked. Doesn't matter where they go, they leave their keys in the car and they just go inside the grocery store or whatever they're gonna do. I'm also feeling super safe when I walk around the neighborhood at night or during the days. It doesn't really matter. I feel super safe in general. And besides the state Utah, I've been in a lot of places here in the United States. I've been to the West Coast, to the whole East Coast, and I haven't felt unsafe anywhere. So yes, people do have pew-pew on their hips, but that's just for self-protection. And it probably never will need it because you feel so safe and not a lot of things will happen is really uncommon. So for all the people that think the United States is really unsafe and super dangerous, no, it's not. In fact, it's the opposite. It's a really beautiful country. You should visit it one time. The variety in nature is insane. And for me, as a world traveler, it's one of the most beautiful countries I've ever visited.
Do I feel safe living in America? Let's talk about it. So I've been in America for a year, 5-6 months now. So enough time. Now I know with the way the media portrays America, people would genuinely like to believe that we live in constant fear. I just want to tell you that that's not true. That's not true from me anyway. I haven't felt in fear since I moved here. I feel nice and safe. Now, yet the media will try and tell you otherwise. Well, I mean, the World Cup has definitely helped America's case here because people came here, and I tell you now, they did have preconceived expectations of what they were going to be seeing when they come here and feeling. I think that was completely blown out the water. The media would like to portray that like the 1% of what goes on in America is 99% of what goes on in America. To get back to the question, do I feel safe here in America? Absolutely. I feel safe. My kids feel safe. My family is safe in general. I don't know anyone here that lives in fear. Now, that's not to say there isn't bad areas. There's bad areas in the UK though. I mean, I wouldn't go to London. I mean, I hate going to London. Yeah, there's safe areas of London, but the real side of London, especially when you're working in London, there's some really rough areas that you don't feel safe and you definitely feel like you have to watch your back. And the same here. If I was to go to some of the cities, then you just have to have your wits about you. You'll be taking everything in, which, I mean, I do anyway. I take in my surroundings. I'm quite vigilant anyway. For the majority of places, and especially where I live, I feel perfectly safe here in America.
They came expecting one thing and found the complete opposite. And it was not just one place, not just one city, not just one state. Everywhere they went, the same feeling followed them.
Another question I get asked daily since moving from the UK to America is like, do I think America's safe? The short answer is yes.
if you go by what you see online, you would expect me to say no, but day-to-day life just isn't like that. Don't get me wrong, we live just outside New York, so you've got to have your wits about you, but I would say the same for London. So do you think America's safe? Because I do.
And if you are still watching this right now and you have not subscribed yet, I respect your commitment to being difficult. Every day on this channel, we show you what the world really thinks about America. Not the headlines, the truth. Hit the subscribe button, because what is coming next is the moment that will make every American stop and think.
Why do people think it's not safe to live in America? Like, who came up with that rule? Like, I've been living there for about 7 months now, and I'm from the UK. And I'll be real, I don't get into anything with anyone. Like, I'm pretty sure in the last 7 months, if I was in the UK still, I'd have been still really getting into it with people. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a problematic person, a gang member or affiliated or whatever the type of sort. But this whole, like, kind of gun culture thing people keep talking about, yes, you can buy one. Yes, you don't need a license. Yes, you don't need to be a citizen. It is a bit scary. But, I mean, if you keep your nose clean and you stay out of the way, what's the likelihood? Whereas coming from a small place like the UK, bro, if I snap one place, everybody knows where I'm at. If somebody snaps me, everybody knows where I'm at. It's such a tight place, such a small little place that you can't even breathe in that place without any kind of trouble. But over here, like, if you literally just do the things that you're supposed to be doing, don't look for any kind of trouble or try to rattle any feathers, none of your feathers are going to be rattled. What I'm going to say is it's just not as crazy as you thought. Like, it's genuinely that much safer. And that's not just because I live in the suburbs, but hey.
Okay, everyone tells you Florida is dangerous, the US is dangerous. No one tells you the truth, and I need to talk about this. I genuinely feel safer walking these streets in Florida than I ever did in Montreal. And I know how that sounds. I know what people assume about the US versus Canada. But I'm telling you what I actually feel walking these streets day and night as someone who's lived both. There is this massive assumption that Canada, Montreal specifically, is automatically safer because of the healthcare system, the gun laws, the whole nice, peaceful Canada image. And look, I'm not here to say crime doesn't exist in Florida. Of course it does. But safety isn't just a statistic. It's how a place actually feels when you're living in it. In my real lived experience, walking around at night, going out, being in public spaces, Florida has felt calmer and safer to me than Montreal has in years. And I think part of it is what nobody talks about. Certain areas of Montreal have changed a lot in the last few years. Increased tension, increased incidents, things that never used to feel like a concern before. And people back home don't always want to admit that because it goes against the image we've built of Canada being the safe one. Meanwhile, in Florida, in the areas I actually spend my time in, I feel more at ease than people would ever expect me to. And this is exactly why you can't make major life decisions, where to live, where to raise your family, where to invest, based on assumptions and headlines. You have to actually go see it, live it, feel it for yourself, because the narrative and the reality are not always the same thing. Tell me, have you ever felt this too? Or do you think I'm completely wrong? Comment below. I want to hear it, especially from people who've lived in both. Let's actually talk about this.
Safe in Utah. Safe in New York. Safe in Florida. The same country the media called dangerous. And then came the moments nobody could have scripted.
Okay, cool. It is 12 o'clock at night. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Nothing. No one. I mean, completely spotless. Clean. I just took a walk all the way down there. Midnight. It's freaking midnight and I'm completely safe. And I'm a white person walking around. That's so cool. Look there. Those trucks. Nobody's trying to rob them. No one's looting them and smashing the back of them and stealing stuff. If a truck drives that slow in South Africa, they literally will break open the back and loot it. I mean, it is awesome. And here's me, a white guy walking around at a gas station. That bridge, I'm gonna go for a walk underneath that bridge now. You know what's gonna happen to me? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Safe as can be. Man, I really hope people don't take this for granted because America is safe, America is clean, America is friendly. Look at that truck right there. It's not being robbed. Oh my goodness, it's actually not being broken into. Look at this. Let me show you. There's no druggies, there's no people vandalizing, there's no people sleeping everywhere and stealing everything. Just simple freedom. You can actually walk around at night as a white person in America. Well, a little bit red, of course, because I got a real good suntan in DC. But look at this. You just go, the stores are open 24 hours. Oh my goodness, no ways. Come look here. Let me show you this. Look at this, look at this, look at this. This is so cool. So cool. There's no bulletproof glass. I mean, look at this stuff. Just there's not even locks on the ice. There's not. I mean, that stands there all night. And then, look, the trash cans get used. Look at this. Okay. Look at no security measures at all. Do you realize how rare this is around the world? This is just awesome. I love it. To live in a civilized country is, yeah. Look, I'll walk in front of this truck. He'll slow down and stop for me. And he just lets me walk. He doesn't try to run me over. He doesn't try, and it's actually a black guy driving that truck. I spoke to him earlier on. He didn't try to run me over. In South Africa, they would literally speed up to try run you over. So this is, I mean, he has teenagers at midnight just having a good conversation with each other. Man, this is such an awesome place.
One thing that separates London and New York for me, in my opinion, is the fact that I can use my phone on the mains. I can use my phone on the mains. Like, I'm literally using my phone on the mains, and I still, the London in me, subconsciously, the back of my mind is like, put it away, because it's gonna get stolen. But it's not gonna get stolen. Like, I feel more safer here, and these men got guns.
The one thing I love about New York is that there are no phone snatchers. In London, I could never have my phone out like this, bro. In London, my phone is always in my pocket. I will never take my phone whenever I'm walking in Central. Not even just in Central London. In any part of London, my phone will never be out. But here, everyone has their phone out. Everyone's just walking like normal because there's no phone snatchers in the city. And this is what I took for granted, low key. Like, whenever I'm in London, I just never take out my phone. But in New York, I don't have to worry about this because it's not a problem, bro. I can have my phone out, record, do whatever. Like, I'm not used to calling myself in public because I never do it in London, bro. Because, like I said, I'm not trying to get my phone robbed. But here, my phone can be out. I could be recording whatever. No one even judges you. No one gives a shit. No one cares. No one cares in the city. And that's why I love the city so much. But mainly because it's safer than London. I can't lie. Apart from the serial killer they have going about New York, I think this city is pretty safe. I don't think I've ever felt unsafe in New York. I can't, like, not even when I have crackers near me. Like, these crackers are most likely not going to do nothing to me. Do you get him? Yeah, I love New York, guys.
I lived in London, right? And I'm now in New York. And I cannot even explain to you the difference between, like, safety between London and New York. I feel so much more safe here. Yes, there's a lot of homeless people. Yes, there's a lot of, like, whatever. But those people are just not going to hurt you. They're just there. Whereas in London, you never know what to expect from people.
America. The media spent years building a story about you. Dangerous, violent, unsafe. And millions of people believed it. And then they came. They walked your streets at midnight. They took their phones out in your cities. They drove through your neighborhoods. They let their children play outside. And what they felt was not what the headlines promised. It was quiet streets, unlocked trucks, open stores with no bulletproof glass. It was a South African man walking under a bridge at midnight saying, "Absolutely nothing is going to happen to me." It was a British man in New York saying, "I can finally use my phone without looking over my shoulder." It was a Canadian woman saying, "I feel safer here than I ever did back home." The narrative and the reality, they are not the same thing. And the people in this video know that now. Because they came, they saw it, they felt it, and not one of them is going back to believing the headlines.